We want to welcome you to Ozark High School here in the Ozarks, Missouri. I'm CJ Pomeroy, joined by Nick Fairley. Nick, how are you this afternoon? Actually.
Doing great. Ready for the first girls 18U action we've seen all week.
That's right. Some Sweet 16 action here between the CHSM Crimson Knights out of Houston and the Chef Arrows out of Tulsa. And off the tip, it will be deflected off of black and go to white. No, deflected off of white and go to black. There we go. We got a great matchup here. The All-American for Tulsa Chef, Justice Walters, bringing the ball up the court. They're going against a very dominant CHSM Crimson Knights team, Division II national champion in 2023. And we're going to get a foul right here. Looks like this is going to go against 24, JoJo Malik, picking up her first foul of the game. The Knights, Division II national champions in 2023 at this tournament. Runner-up in the South Texas District, runner-up at the Big South Regional, losing both times to defending national champion, the San Marcos Panthers. So CHSM is on a mission, team on a mission, coming into the tournament here. 2 free throws are good there.
It's hard to beat a team 3 times in a year, so hopefully they're hoping to get their revenge against San Marcos.
They got to get past the Tulsa team here, which Avery Meir, the All-American, is going to try and help power her team to there. There's 2 early points for Avery.
Yeah, good job sticking with it, and they'll throw on a press right away.
Yeah, the Knights like to be super aggressive defensively, and they have a defensive stopper in JoJo Malik.
Tough finish.
JoJo is the 16U MVP for the South Texas District. Throwing on this press again. Full court, they're probably going to stay that way for a good portion of the game. They're going to catch Sayla down there on the body.
It's a better job for the Arrows of being patient through that press. Kind of threw it away that first time.
It's going to be really important for Tulsa to maintain composure against this press, because the one thing about the Knights, they bring the pressure all game long, and the thing is, they bring it in waves. Even when they go to their bench, that pressure keeps coming at you. So maintaining your composure, being disciplined against the zone press is going to be important if they're going to want to keep this game close.
Yeah, don't let the Knights speed you up. Play at your pace.
And that was just a poor decision right there, but Knights will try to get back here on defense.
They're just trying to settle in both ways.
On the floor for the Knights on defense, and there's a great 2-point bucket by Justice Walters. So now they're on offense. Phoebe Stein, Avery Meir, Sayla Malik, JoJo Malik, and Abigail Nelson. And 3-point shot is good for Phoebe Stein.
Off the front of the rim, bounced straight up and dropped right through.
For the Arrows.
Don't want to pick up the ball there.
Yeah, that's a tough spot, picking it up in the corner. Justice tried to force it in, no good there. Number 11 passed up on the 3.
Shot.
So Morgan Stout passed it up, but she went to Kelsey Mace, who knocked down the 3.
5 quick points for her.
So it's Kelsey Mace, Morgan Stout, Justice Walters, and there's JoJo with a great reverse layup.
Another
Beautiful
second chance point for them.
Also on the floor is Kaya Pennington for Tulsa, and rounding out the starting lineup, Darcy Vineyard, the senior. So 9-7 here, just a couple minutes into the play. And again, the Knights deploying a 1-2-1-1 press.
Coach Kennedy wants her girls to flash middle, try to break that press.
Avery read that with the steal. JoJo gonna go outside. Can't get it. Sailor just out of her reach on the rebound.
Good backside rebound there for
And you're gonna have to if Tulsa wants a chance in this game, you are going to have to keep Sela and Avery quiet on the boards.
Yeah, already 4 second chance points for the Knights.
And there's Avery with the board, and they're going to run. Don't have the numbers, and Phoebe turns it over. Back quickly, good help defense there on the Knights.
Good steal there for Pennington.
And that's a good three-point shot for
big
Pennington. 2 threes in the early going for Tulsa. 10-9 lead over the Knights.
High scoring so far.
Yeah. Knights going to try and run some offense. They got Nelson down low. Great find by Phoebe Stein to Nelson. And right now, both teams, three players on the board for the Arrows, 4 for the Knights. And Phoebe turns it over. That's her second turnover.
Yeah, both teams just forcing it a little too much. Need to be under control. Trying to pass in passing lanes that just aren't there right now.
Knights in a man defense here. Shot is up and no good, and there's Sela for the board. And they're going to catch Darcy, her first foul. Darcy Vineyard. Nelson will inbound, or no, Sela will inbound from the baseline. Tulsa will go man pressure against the Knights. Knights will run typically a 5-out style offense. Jenna Rollo is checked into the game. She's fouled by number 11, Morgan Stout.
The Arrows only have 1 senior on their roster. That's Darcy Vineyard, so a pretty young team.
Zetta Cox is also checked in. Inbounds play for the easy 2 there, but on the jump shot anyways, not falling. And Rollo going to try and stay at a foul, and there's
good block.
There's a reason why JoJo Malik is the 16U MVP and All-American.
Yeah, she stuck with that play. Never gave up on it, sprinted all the way back, got a nice block.
Her motor never stops running. As a college coach, that's what you like to see, right, Nick?
Yep. Little things, never give up on play, value every possession. Do the little things well.
There's Jenna putting it up, can't get it to fall. Jenna's coming back from injury. Injured her shoulder late in the year.
So many turnovers, both teams got to clean that up.
Yeah, guards just being a little too aggressive at the moment. Good pass there from Phoebe to JoJo, and there's
another second chance
Sela.
Opportunity. Third chance here.
We got Zetta in the corner looking for the roll. And off of Tulsa, so we'll have baseline out of bounds. And checking in for the Knights, Chloe Cox. Chloe plays on 3 teams, 14U, 16U, 18U, and a very good player at all 3 levels. And Phoebe with
another turnover.
Uncharacteristic third turnover here in the early going for Phoebe.
A lot of offensive rebounds, a lot of transition, a lot of turnovers. Both teams have got to clean that up. We haven't seen too much half-court action, honestly.
That's
just
Sela.
back and forth.
I think the books have Sela for 1. I have her for 2, but I believe she just has 1. Good move right there. Oh! So it was
now that's Sela's second.
That's Sela's second there. And
so you just were predicting that she was going to get a foul right there.
Well, this whole tournament, the way it's gone is every time I say something that I think is going to happen, the opposite starts happening. So number 3, Kelsey Mace misses her free throw. Yesterday I talked on the broadcast about how the charge rule has changed, and so it's a lot harder to take charges.
Yeah, definitely. That was an emphasis for our team. We watched a lot of film on the new rule, refs breaking it down. Basically got to be sitting there for an eternity to get the charge. You got to do it before their plant foot even gets to the ground.
Good press break right there by the Knights, and they can't convert. There's Claire Anderson. She checked in for Sela. She's there to clean it up and then trapped in the corner, but is able to get it out to Jenna. Jenna with a find to Chloe.
Oh, tough miss.
Chloe misses the layup.
They've missed a couple bunnies.
Maybe a little nerve, a few nerves going on out here, Nick, early going for both teams.
Yeah, 16U, it's a do or die game for both these teams if they want a chance at the undisputed title.
And it's a good rebound offensive rebound by Darcy after the missed attempt by Kaya. Another second chance opportunity.
Oh, and one.
Gonna get it.
Good inside move there from Stout getting in the scorebook.
Jenna Rollo picking up the foul. And Morgan gets the bucket. That was a tough layup right there.
Yeah, that was good body control by her.
And able to knock down the free throw.
It's a 3-point lead. Somewhat surprising.
A little bit surprising. I think everybody knows that the Knights will be favored in this matchup. But Tulsa putting up a fight right now.
Yep, they're 14-12 on the year, won by 3 points to get to this game.
And there's Phoebe on the drive. She can't convert the layup. And
displacement foul there, a little push through the body, tried to rebound.
They're going to catch Zetta Cox. And so with that,
should be shooting here.
We'll be shooting free throws for the last minute and a half. Nick, what is your take on this change to the foul count, shooting 2 free throws after 5 team fouls, as opposed to what we're used to seeing in prior years, 7 team fouls in the first half. Now it's 5 fouls per quarter.
It definitely changes the strategy. If you're down to 2, you can do a take foul at the end of the third quarter, maybe, if you have some fouls to give. But definitely an interesting, 1-on-1s are so critical, especially on the men's side in college basketball. It's the only level that does that. If you don't hit the front end, you're leaving 2 points on the board. So it kind of takes that variable out of the equation. I'm a fan of the 2 shots after 5, but I don't mind the 1-on-1 either. But if that was a 1-on-1, she would have gotten 0 points. Instead, she gets 3 because she hits the second.
And Phoebe able to draw the foul against Morgan Stout. That is going to be number 2 on Morgan Stout.
So she'll sit the rest of this quarter.
Checking in is going to be the sophomore, Gloria Meek. 15-11. Tulsa Chef with the early lead over the Knights. So the thing I've noticed about the 5 foul count is
another turnover.
It has the opportunity to really affect teams' momentum.
Yep.
Because after fouls, you are 34 Black. That's going to be Justice picking up her first. And so I think it really can affect, once you get into that bonus, the ability to have momentum. The fast breaks tend to go away. Transition breaks tend to go away. It kind of slows the game down a little bit. Good interior passing, and there's Avery Meir for 2.
We haven't seen too much inside action for either team except on second chance points in transition.
Really, the turnovers on the guards have really, for both teams, and we're going to have a timeout.
Just a 30. Yeah, we really haven't seen too much half-court action on either side. Like, no team is really getting into any sets. No team's really running through their offense. It's all transition, turnovers, a little scrappy early on.
I think what tends to happen is, as in a press, you tend to feel like you've got numbers, or you tend to feel like the numbers are, 2-on-2 or 3-on-3 type action. And so you feel like as a guard you can be more aggressive in attacking the glass. And sometimes that can be to your benefit, but in a game like this, what we're noticing is that's leading to more turnovers rather than execution and conversion. Yeah,
guards are getting sped up, trying to force passes across the court that aren't there, trying to force passes into passing lanes, getting a little over-aggressive, trying to dribble through double teams, sometimes triple teams. You just got to be poised, under control, and let what's open come to you.
So the Knights backing off of the press now because of the foul trouble. They're going to go man-to-man. JoJo is going to end up on the All-American, Justice Walters, who's also in the voting for National Player of the Year on the girls' side. Kickball. Good defense right there by both teams closing the gap. 40 seconds to play. 15-13 Tulsa. Leading the Crimson Knights.
Now we get a half-court set.
It's a man defense, and yet we're going to have really, it looks like a 4-out, 1-in kind of offensive attack here by the Arrows, and they're going to catch.
Shooting.
And you catch Chloe.
That's her first. So 6 team fouls in the first quarter.
So the referees are really paying attention to the amount of hand checks that are going on the court right now. For a team like the Knights, who are super aggressive on defense, that is something that they're going to have to adjust to. Nick, I don't know how you like to coach your guys, but when I was a coach, I'd like to tell my players, show the referee your hands.
You play defense with your chest. Don't get lazy and poke with your hands. A lot of times it's not about what is a foul, it's what looks like a foul to the refs, because they're calling what they see. A lot of times players will just swat down at the ball and like, I didn't even touch him. Well, to the ref, it looks like you're swiping down and hitting them aggressively.
JoJo with a big 3 here at the end. And that's going to do it here. The
Good
Knights
first quarter.
close out with a 3 to take the 1-point lead after 16-15. We'll be back in just a moment. And we're back at Ozark High School in Ozark, Missouri. Maybe it's Bluff, Missouri. I don't remember. It's our first time to be here at Ozark High School. Beautiful high school location.
The football field is super, super nice and new. This gym could hold probably at least 2,000 people. Super nice on both sides, goes all the way up.
Great location for live streaming the 32nd national tournament. Avery Mirror with the jumper is no good, but JoJo's there for a board, and we're going to get a foul underneath. And it's going to go against number 3, Kelsey Mace. That'll be her first.
A lot more fouls this game than we've seen most of the tournament.
Yeah, seems to be the referees are definitely trying to keep players' hands off of each other here in this game, as opposed to maybe past games that we've watched.
It is also the first girls' game I've broadcasted this tournament.
Phoebe with a nice drive, stayed with it to get a rebound, and then was able to put it back up and in. That is her 5th point of the game, and they're going to catch Chloe Cox for her second.
Yeah, a lot of times you wouldn't want her to be fading away, as it oftentimes will avoid a foul call, but that time it was almost necessary as she was dribbling across the paint, and she had good body control to finish that.
So Chloe checks out, Jenna checks in, as the Knights are battling the foul trouble here in the second quarter. Sayla Malik is still on the bench, so she has 2 fouls. Phoebe, good defense there, and they're going to get a travel. Great defense there by Phoebe. She was able to slide her feet. She kept her hands off, which is what the referees are looking for.
Yeah, they're very tight on the hand checks right now.
And so now you see, yep, there's the fast break for the Knights. Right there is Avery Meir for 2 more.
Little confusion there for the Tulsa Arrows.
Yeah, I don't know if they thought they were going to be full court press or just man.
Oh, don't want to stop her there. Tough shot. Oh,
and
good.
Yeah, that's a great rebound. Justice Walters for 3. And
that's high. That's a high arcing shot right there.
Yeah.
Third chance opportunity.
Avery was thinking the Knights would get the rebound, and she was
halfway down the court.
Yeah, she was halfway down the court. So Tulsa gets.
Got to be patient here.
So therefore, let's see. Oh, there's JoJo. She's going to get the steal. She thought about letting it go. Oh, she's going to get. Get her on the carry.
Yeah, she was going to let it go out of bounds, but then she saw she had a fast break opportunity.
Knights back to their full court zone. And there is a great pick by JoJo Nelson for the layup. She can't convert. And we're going to have a jump ball going to Tulsa's way.
The Arrows are dodging some bullets. We've seen several missed layups for the Knights. Can't expect that to continue. So need to be more careful, not allow them to have easy looks at the basket, especially in transition.
There is.
No.
And JoJo got all the way back to try and get the steal, but she couldn't corral it and ends up knocking it out of bounds. So Tulsa will get the ball baseline out of bounds.
Yeah, they keep trying to break the press and get right across half court in the corners. I need to break the press in the middle of the court. That's what Coach Kennedy has been telling her girls. But sometimes it's harder because, you know, the Knights are trying to force you to those side slot areas.
Nice left-hand layup. That's no good. And there's Avery for the pickup. She's going to lead the charge down the floor.
Another
just
turnover.
Too far out in front. But Abby Nelson is there. Great effort by JoJo to get it back into Abby, and Abby was able to draw the foul against Darcy Vineyard. That'll be number 2 on the senior.
2 on her, 2 on Stout.
And there's Phoebe for the offensive rebound, and JoJo for the 3 is no good.
Got to secure those backside rebounds.
Ball seemed to just kind of roll down Jenna's arm a little bit there. So Justice now trying to help her Arrows get a bucket back here. It seems like it's been a while since they've scored.
Oh, needed that. Bank is open.
All I had to do was say that.
Yeah, that's what happens when you play midweek basketball. The bank is open.
That's a good look right there by Nelson to Malik.
Oh, good finish.
JoJo with another great finish after a great pass by Abby to get it there. And Avery with a quick steal, and so the Knights are back at it on the charge. Jenna is able to shake the defender. Phoebe's going to drive, and she's going to get the layup for 2. Phoebe with 7 points here in the first half. And now the Knights seem to be finding a little bit of a rhythm. And that right there, great heads-up play by Avery. She did not go for the steal. She made it look like she was, and she forces the turnover. Tulsa's got a couple subs. She's
going back to Vineyard. And Stout with 2 fouls. Can't let this game get out of hand.
24-18. Who had that 3 for Tulsa, that last?
I believe it was Pennington. She's now got 2 threes. Oh, yep.
And checking back in is Sayla. She also has 2.
Got to box out. They both just jumped for that rebound. Taller player's going to win that. Good
and
take,
Amber. Great take. JoJo Malik for the hoop and the harm.
11 points for her.
And that will be number 3.
They just put her back in.
And now Tulsa's going to need to talk it over. 30-second timeout on the floor. JoJo Malik is going to have a free throw.
Yeah, interesting decision here for Coach Kennedy with Stout just picking up her third minutes after, or seconds almost after she got put back into the game with 2. You're down 8. Do you leave your best player in, or do you take her out with 3?
I think in this point of the game, this is your proverbial David versus Goliath kind of matchup, and so I think in this kind of game you have to trust them.
Yeah, leave all your chips on the table. You can't let it get out of hand with her on the bench.
And there's 2 reasons for that, right? If you're going to have a chance, you're going to have a chance with your best. If it doesn't work out for you, what you end up having then is an opportunity for players from off the bench to be able to develop in a big-time game, and they're going to be able to do it over a long period of time, not just getting a minute here and 2 minutes here, but they're going to have to play an extended amount. So, it's hard sometimes as a coach to do that because all year long you're training yourself to take that person out with 3 fouls and let them sit, but you're playing for a national championship.
Yep. Got to take some risks. We saw that in the Undisputed last year with San Marcos. I remember the coach put one of his players back in with 4 fouls early.
Back, I believe.
Yeah, and she fouled out. They ended up hanging on, but that was a crucial call.
Yep, and JoJo is able to get the old-fashioned and 1.
It looks like Coach Kennedy will leave Stout on the bench for now. We'll see if she's back in this half.
And the Knights just, good job there by Jenna to just throw her hands up, keep her body away. They're just trying to speed them up, but also slow them down. The old speed up to slow down. Yep. Not initially trying to go for the steal. There's JoJo for the board, and now she's going to sprint out. No numbers, so pull it up and run your offense. 5-out set for the Knights.
Just a lot of spacing, and again, a forced pass.
And Phoebe thought that ball was hit off of the knee, but if there's no motion for kicking, it's not a kick ball. 2-on-1 opportunity for the Knights. Great pass and finish. Can't get it to go.
Another missed layup.
And JoJo again. The foul's going to be on number 3.
It's her second.
So Chelsea Mace, Morgan Stout, Darcy Vineyard, all with 2 or 3 fouls. And there's Phoebe, offensive rebound.
Another.
Can't get it.
Now she's got 3.
And number
3's got 3.
3:30 to play in the second period.
She's got 2 of her starters with 3 fouls, another with 2.
This is a tough spot to be in.
Yeah.
For the Arrows.
Can't envy that scenario.
No.
Gloria Meek's going to check in.
First free throw is good for Phoebe. I don't know, Nick. At this point, we don't have a shot clock in homeschool basketball. There's only a few high school conferences that require a shot clock. If I'm Tulsa, if I can get this ball into the half court, I may try to kill some time offensively just to try and get myself into the second half without my starters getting any more fouls.
Or just go all the way to the hoop and score a layup with your backups.
Hey, you know what? Hope Stout, the 8th grader, saying I can take
time.
2.
Big time for Hope.
Good opportunity for Hope to get some development here and try and help keep her team in the game. As Zetta Cox gets 2 for the Knights.
Yeah, it is interesting. You do want to kill some time, but you are down 11. But sometimes you just want to live for the second half. You can't be doing that.
And what's happened here, the Knights have really changed how they play defense. And we got a foul on 35, Hope Stout. Chloe Cox is going to shoot 2. Coach Kennedy is begging the referee for the same call on the other end. And I can understand
the frustration.
Yep.
But a lot of Tulsa's fouls have been shooting fouls, kind of letting them play in between the 3-point lines this quarter. And the Arrows have yet to get in the paint to draw some of those fouls because they keep turning it over up top.
That's the one thing the Knights have done.
Don't save it under your hoop.
Oh, there's Zeta for 2 more.
Yeah, don't save it under the hoop.
Yeah, put it right. Not only did save it under the hoop, but you threw it right into the middle of the floor as opposed to the sidelines. And Jenna with the steal, back up to Chloe. Chloe is going to put it in for 2 more.
Yep. I think you got to go back to your starters here.
Well, the Knights they have found something that works for them.
Don't try to dribble through
And that is another forced turnover. And Chloe missing the easy layup. And another save.
Yeah, I think Tulsa's problem is they're trying to dribble through this press.
And a timeout. Full timeout. We're going to take it here with them. The Knights with a 37-20 lead in the second period. Second quarter to play, 2:06 on the clock. I'm CJ Pomeroy, joined by Nick Fairley. We're here at Ozark High School. Coming out of the full timeout, the third timeout taken by Tulsa. Coach Kennedy trying to do whatever she can to keep her team in the game, but the Knights have really figured out how to play defense here. They're throwing their hands high in the air. We talked about this earlier, Nick, about showing the referee their hands. Yep. And you're seeing that from the Knights. They're really throwing their hands up high and showing the referee that they're not.
There's a good adjustment from the first quarter where they committed 7 team fouls to, in the second quarter, just committed 1. And it's all translated to no more hand checking. Showing the rest of their hands. Could have been a hand check there.
Yep. That one was a little bit obvious.
Yep, and body.
And
see these shooting fouls on both sides, they're calling, but that's the first time the Tulsa Arrows have really gotten to the rim.
Now, and JoJo's dad is yelling at JoJo to keep her hands up, and that's exactly what happened there. She got away with that hand check out here, but then coming in, not going to do it. Justice Walters is able to knock down the free throw. It has been a quiet game for the All-American, but primarily due to the full court pressure being applied by the Knights.
Yeah, and again, Tulsa just needs to do a better job of not trying to dribble through the press. Instead, pass, be patient through. Yep, 5 points.
Right there. Great play and great left-hand finish for Justice Walters.
They just need some stops now. There's one.
And a turnover.
Don't try to dribble through this press.
The problem for very good teams when they get into rhythms like they are now is you can easily put yourself to sleep.
Yep.
And you start turning the ball over.
6 straight points for her. 6 straight. Just as you said, she was quiet.
She is quiet, but not anymore.
Now she's got 8.
Now it's just an 11-point lead.
Oh, boy.
Jenna almost turned that over. JoJo for 3.
Big shot, massive shot. Second 3 of the game.
Three-pointers can be momentum builders. They can also be momentum killers. And for the Knights, they needed that 3 as Justice Walters had gone on a personal 6-0 run.
Yep. But again, Arrows trying to dribble all the way through the press and then try to force a pass when the triple team came. They got to just be patient, work their way up the court with that pressure.
And the Knights really need to do a much better job of protecting the basketball. Just kind of chucking it play right now. It's real easy, especially, you look on the court, the Knights definitely have the size advantage, and so it tends to make an offensive player feel like you can do what you want. But if you don't stay focused on those fundamentals, it can lead to problems. Good attack there on the baseline.
Wow.
I'm not sure how she got that shot up.
She shot it very high, almost made it for the and one.
Claire Anderson picking up her first. And that's the team third.
Again, Tulsa has 2 starters with 3 fouls. Still on the bench right now. But they've kept the lead around 14, 12 to 14 since they went to the bench. That run for Justice Walters was huge.
Hope Stout has got 3 points for
8th grader.
The 8th grader in the second quarter.
Yeah, big stage here this week.
Oh, good give and go, and the Knights can't capitalize. Justice Walters, instead of attacking, is going to reset and get her team down the floor.
Oh, no.
A little miscommunication with Hope. And there's, a little too high for Abby. Abby stays with it, though.
A little sloppy right here.
Yeah.
Wow, it's out of bounds. Oh, time was up.
Time was expiring, so Knights, after a struggled first quarter, are able to rack up 24 points in the second. They go into halftime with a 13-point lead over the Tulsa Chef Arrows. We'll be back in just a few minutes. and welcome back to Ozark High School for the 32nd annual NCHBC National Championship. We've got the CHSM Crimson Knights out of Houston against the Tulsa Chef Arrows. I'm CJ Pomeroy, joined by Nick Fairley. And Nick, it was 16-15 after one, and then the Knights went on a tear.
Turnovers. They stopped turning the ball over in those first 4 minutes of the second quarter. Got a big lead. That was the story.
And the Knights with the offensive rebound in the backcourt. You don't get to say that very often. Phoebe attacking quickly.
Long shots make long rebounds. That was a trap.
Sayla looking for a three.
Got it.
She's got it. And Sayla was taken out of the game early because of the 2 fouls. Very good ball player for the Crimson Knights, and Phoebe's able to get the steal and 2 more points for the Knights. That gives her 11 on the game.
Yeah, that time the Arrows had someone flash middle, but that drew 2 defenders, and they still tried to pass to the middle. That time, if you draw 2 defenders in the middle, the wings will be open, but you can't just try to dribble up the wings without passing to the middle first.
Justice Walters trying to do all that she can to help her team. The shot is up and no good from Morgan Stout, and here come the Knights again. Avery Muir leading the way, and Zetta Cox going for 2. She can't get it, but there's Avery for the rebound. No foul called, and no Justice comes away with the defensive rebound there.
It's probably a case of she might have gotten the foul call, but she was fading away, so the refs didn't bail her out with that.
Tell players all the time, you got to go into the contact, not away.
The refs don't like to reward that.
Avery will kick it out as Phoebe then drives down, and there's no defense there to stop Phoebe Stein from getting her 13th point.
Big time.
And the Knights are going to trap here in the corner, and they're going to get JoJo for a shove. Good sportsmanship right there by JoJo to reach down and pick up the Tulsa All-American Justice Walters. Man, you can see Justice is playing so hard out there, leaving it all on the court. This is a physical team. The Knights are a very physical group. And JoJo checks out of the game with her 3rd foul.
So we got 3 fouls for Stout, 3 fouls for Mace for the Arrows, and now 3 fouls for JoJo on the other side.
And
again, both Stout and Mace sat about the last 4 minutes of the second quarter with 3 fouls apiece.
Yeah, that second quarter was not kind to the Arrows on the fouls. And Chloe almost got a foul, but this time they're going to get Phoebe, it looks like, unless, see what they go with, Phoebe or Avery. They're going to get Phoebe.
It's her first?
Her first. And Justice Walters trying to take a moment to get some air. She has not come out of the game at all.
She's been big for her.
Knocks down the free throw, her 9th point of the game. Nick, I've had the opportunity to talk to some players who want to play at the next level, and one of the things I tell them is you've got to be the kind of player that can play an entire game in the high school level.
College games are much more demanding, a lot more physical. The courts are longer. Got to be in really good shape. It's very rare to see players at the collegiate level, D3 or D2 especially, with no media timeouts, play the entire 40 minutes. But it's exhausting even to play 30, 25 minutes in a college game due to the physicality. Got to be in tip-top shape.
And Justice, just a sophomore, doing her very best to show that she can play at that next level in a couple of years. She picks up
her second.
I say sophomore, but the sheet we have says junior. And so the Knights inbound. 21-point lead for the Knights, who are working to get themselves into the Elite 8.
Gold Ball Wednesday tomorrow.
4 goal balls.
Yep.
Phoebe with a steal. Can't get it to go.
Good rebound.
But there's the Knights. That's what they do. They stay playing defense the entire time.
Yeah, got to take advantage if you're Tulsa of those 3 players standing back, or else they're just going to keep doing it.
That ball is deflected, and we're going to have a jump ball.
Yeah, we saw in a lot of the guys' games yesterday, if they tried to get after the rebounds and stick to it once the ball was secured, the other team would punish them on the other end. But if they're not punishing you on the other end, you got to keep pursuing that ball. And a lot of times, that's what we've seen today. The Knights just stick with it, get some turnovers up there, which lead to easy baskets.
I've watched a lot of the Knights this year, and I can tell you it is a team that does not stop playing. Whether they're up a lot or down a lot, this team will keep coming. That's what I mean when I say they attack in waves. It is continual and consistent regardless of who's on the floor. That ball is deflected out, and Coach Cox doesn't like what she sees, and so she's going to take a 30-second timeout. Their first timeout of the game. 6 points in the quarter for Phoebe Stein, 3 for Selah Malik, and just the 1 point for Justice Walters. For the Knights, Avery Muir has 6 on the game. Chloe Cox has 2. Phoebe Stein has 15. Selah with 3. Zetta Cox with 4. JoJo Malik with 15. Abby Nelson with 2. And Jenna Rollo with 2. Good balance offense right there for the Knights. And on the other side for the Tulsa Chef Arrows, 6 points for Kaya Pennington, 7 for Kelsey Mace, 3 for Morgan Stout, 9 for Justice Walters, and 3 for the 8th grader Hope Stout, who's had to get some minutes due to the foul trouble.
She's in there right now, too.
And so the Knights, baseline out of bounds here. Let's see if they run their 3-point offense, which they do, and Selah misses the 3, but right there for the rebound.
See, they stay up. Got to punish them if you're the Arrows.
Yep, you got to go. So they'll slow it down here. Kaya will slow it down. By the way, if we're getting any of these names wrong, feel free to let us know on the broadcast. And
good effort. That's the 8th grader, Hope Stout. Good effort trying to dive and save that. They're going into a diamond press.
And so here comes Abby Nelson and Jenna Rollo. They're going to come in for Chloe Cox and Avery Muir. Can't imagine Chloe's going to get too many more minutes here in this game. She also plays 16U and 18U. The Knights have 7 players on this varsity team that also play 16U. Zetta Cox able to get 2 more points.
Yeah, I had a 14-year-old 2 years ago that played 14, 16, and 18. I tried to rest him, but every time it came out, he'd say, "I'm not tired. I'm 14." I just laugh. I say, "Yes, you are. You are tired.
You are tired. Take a breather."
Yep.
There's Selah. Selah pretty much playing with fresh legs because she had to sit for so long in the first half due to the foul trouble. Justice Walters there to
got to take advantage. If they're going to stick with it, they're just going to stick up the court, keep pressuring you. If you want to evade that pressure, just take advantage of it, punish them a couple times, but they've been unable to do that thus far.
At this point, Coach Kennedy has to make a decision on what she...
Good finish.
Oh, great finish right there for Justice Walters. And here comes Phoebe quickly back the other way. Selah unable to catch it clean, but she'll get that one for the 3. No good. Zetta for the offensive rebound, and then another turnover. Nope, we'll have a jump ball that stays with the Knights. Claire Anderson and JoJo Malik checking in for Phoebe Stein and Zetta Cox. And see what the Knights run here. They're just going to inbound it, throw it back to the corner, looks to the post. Don't get what they want. There's Selah in the corner for 3 more.
Got it.
That's good.
It's her second 3 of the quarter.
Selah has worked very hard on that three-point shot. She has had a couple of schools looking at her. And they're going to catch her for her third foul there.
Yeah, got to move your feet a little faster there.
And the 8th grader is going to go back to the free throw line for 2.
Yep. And once the offender gets their torso and their hips beyond you, you got to sprint back to get in front, or else you're going to be called for a foul every time if you keep riding them. That was the case there.
Nick, I feel like good man-to-man defense is not reactionary, but it's proactive.
Exactly.
You've got to anticipate, and then you've got to try and, as JoJo knocks down the mid-range jumper right there, her 17th points of the game. I feel like you've got to be able to anticipate what the offense is going to do, and then you have to make a decision. Do I want the offense to do that, or do I want them to do something differently? And make your defensive decision based on that, rather than waiting to see what the offensive player does. I think defensive players are in a lot more control of the offense than what they might realize. But you've got to play hard, and you have to be thinking ahead.
You got to force them to do something so you know what they're going to do, and then try to prevent it from there.
There's JoJo with the steal. She'll go all the way for 2 more on the left-hand layup. 4 points for JoJo here in the third as the Knights extend the lead to 27.
After a tight first quarter, it's been all night since
then. And we're going to have a kick ball. Checking into the game is going to be Darcy Vineyard, the senior. And checking out will be the 8th grader.
Again, Darcy, the only senior on this Chef Arrows squad.
The Knights only have 2 seniors, Abby Nelson and Selah Malik, as her sister JoJo Malik scores 2 more points. Phoebe Stein, JoJo, Selah, each of them 6 points in this quarter. A 20-point explosion for the Knights here in the third. And Chef trying to get anything.
Oh, and one.
And they're going to get it.
Good finish.
Basket good.
That's good body control there for Mace. Kelsey got the defender on her hip, and while she was being pushed from behind, had a good body control to finish that through contact.
She steps to the line and is able to knock it down. She's 3 of 5 on the game from the free throw line. Oh, Abby had the right idea but made the wrong pass. Selah was streaking to the basket. And there's Justice Walters for 3. Her second 3 of the game. 3 seconds to play. Last second opportunity right here. The Knights will not get a shot off.
They were not aware of the time.
Not aware of the clock, so.
You'll get away with that when you're up 23.
After 3, the Crimson Knights from Houston have 60. The Chef Arrows out of Tulsa, 37. We'll be back in just a moment. Start of the fourth period here at Ozark High School, girls Sweet 16 basketball. headed to the gold ball championship is the winner of this one. And right now it has been all nights since the second period. And a quick turnover right here for the Arrows.
Quick update from the Drury Court. Dallas Thunder versus FBCHA Eagles. Eagles are up 34-15 in the third quarter. Rainbow three.
What a three from Avery Meir. That is an important element to her game with her desire to play next level. Demonstrating it here in 2 possessions, 2 turnovers for the Arrows.
That's exactly what Coach Kennedy said. 2 unforced turnovers. Sometimes you can live with turnovers if the other team has forced them. You're still not happy about it, but if they were completely unforced, just passing the ball out of bounds, as a coach, you just hate to see that.
And I think Coach Kennedy, she understands what's going to happen here in this game, but her job now as a coach is to help her team play with as much poise and effort as possible, as they still have 3 more days of basketball to play. And so you want to finish this game out with some good execution and great effort. 3-point shot is no good, and there for the rebound, Darcy Vineyard back out to Justice. She wanted the shot, but Chloe was able to close it out.
Deep three. Maybe a little too deep.
Maybe a little too deep. 4th foul on Morgan Stout. So the Knights on the floor have Chloe Cox, her sister Zetta Cox, Avery Meir, Phoebe Stein, and Jenna Rollo. And for the Arrows, as Chloe takes it in, up and under. That's 2 for Chloe. Kaya Pennington, Justice Walters, Gloria Meek, Darcy Vineyard, the senior, and Justice couldn't get it in, and we're going to have a foul going the other direction. Morgan Stout, who was that foul on?
That was on Darcy Vineyard, her third.
Her third. And Phoebe's going to attack, kick it out. Avery for 3. She pushed that one a little too hard. 2-on-1. The numbers are there for the Arrows. Avery's able to tip that ball for a block. Chloe's able to save it, but stepped out of bounds in doing so. You almost had a visitor there,
Yeah,
Nick.
no. She almost ran into me, protected by the table. Good thing there's Patty on the table.
You were about to become a pancake.
Yeah. Chloe Cox isn't content with just playing on 3 teams. She wants to broadcast too.
She wants to join the broadcast team. Knights are there for the rebound, and this is what the Knights do. They do not slow down. Phoebe is going to get called for an offensive foul. I think maybe she put the layup up, missed it, and tried to go back for the rebound.
I think it was on the rebound.
Justice is going to walk it up, the All-American for the Arrows. She has given a valiant effort here in this game. Played the entire way in foul trouble.
Oh. Yep.
And they're going to...
Another foul.
Referees are just, they're going to call everything.
Yeah, all these have been loose ball fouls, all 4 fouls here in the 4th quarter.
Signs of frustration. Right, got players trying to go hard for the ball. Maybe frustration is the wrong word there, but they're trying, right? The Arrows are trying everything they can to continue to play hard, and they're getting called for the foul. Nice left hand put back there for Jenna Rollo. She gets 2, and that'll be her 4th points of the game. The Knights.
Oh, good block.
Good block right there from Jenna. Great effort. Great effort by Gloria Meek. And Coach Kennedy is beside herself. She does not know why the referees will not give them a call. Justice Walters gets 2. She's had a great game. 16 points on the game.
Looks like the Knights are going to empty their bench. Got 4 subs coming in.
I imagine that they're going to try and get their couple of, the 2 seniors will come back out, and JoJo is also going to come back into the game. JoJo Malik has got 21 points on the game. And a great attempt there by Gloria Meek, and they're going to get Claire? Yes. Claire Anderson will pick up foul number 2. And Gloria Meek will go to the line, going for her first points of the game. And the first one is no good. The Arrows had a really good first quarter.
Yeah, had a 4-point lead, I believe, 15-11.
Really good first quarter. But the Knights are a very experienced team. A lot of these players have been together for multiple years.
Yeah, that helps.
They play very high-level schedule down in Houston. And they have been preparing to come back and play in the Division I after winning Division II National Championship last year. Justice Walters adds 2 more. Tough finish right there. Justice Walters. Man, left hand against contact. JoJo Malik for 3 is no good. Abby Nelson is there for the rebound. Sayla will attack. Floater is up, and floater is good.
That's an 8 for Sayla.
And the Arrows also are going to empty their bench here with about 2.5 to play on the next whistle. And it's just Zetta's there. JoJo and Sayla cause the turnover. Zetta picks it up, gets it to Claire. It's just the pressure is constant. Abby Nelson trying to get on the board for 2. That's her 4th point of the game. And we're going to have a timeout on the floor just to sub in. And great effort here by the Chef Arrows. They have played hard the entire time. Coach Kennedy has done everything that she can to help encourage her team and keep her team up.
Step back 3.
Oh, good rebound by the 8th grader. And that's going to be a foul on Zetta. You know, Nick, I love watching Justice Walters interact with her coach.
Yeah, it was funny. She just airballed the 3 and then looked at her coach because it went right into the hands of her teammates. Said, "You like that pass, coach?" A little smile about that.
And I've seen her do that all game long, and that's a mark of a very well-coached team. You know, the girls are playing with a lot of effort, and they're just a little outmatched here. But you know what? They continue to play with the effort, and they've had a great attitude while they're doing it. And this Arrows team is going to be a team that others should look out for as we move forward.
Sayla with her 3rd 3 of the game, 11 points now. All in the second half.
Sitting early in the first and then only playing really primarily in the second half. And 30 seconds to go here. The Knights with a 31-point lead. They are going to advance to the Gold Ball Championship game tomorrow. And just a great Justice Walters for 3. Can't get it to go, but there is the 8th grader And with that, I expect. Oh, there's Justice with a steal. She's going to go for it.
Half-court
Can she
heave.
get it?
Oh.
Rebound. The 8th grader.
Another great pass.
Something to go off the court on.
Another great pass off the backboard.
Wow. Well, this has been a game. Great finish right there from the 8th grader.
Fun.
She has really, she played her heart out. I mean, she had 8 points, the 8th graders.
Big time.
So
bright future for the Arrows.
There you go. For Nick Fairley, I'm CJ Pomeroy. The Crimson Knights with a 74-45 win. They're advancing to the Gold Ball Championship game on Wednesday. We'll see you for the next game, the Lincoln Eagles taking on the Texas Lions.